Yeah, I
My
did.
honest, yeah, Dexter did, yes. My honest answer is no, I hadn't seen the show. But as soon as I got the audition, I went back and hit all the highlights to get a feel for what Bayside was like back in the day. But yeah, Dexter loves the original.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the oldest of the new six, so I grew up a little bit more with that Saturday morning cartoons. And when I was growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh and all of those things were still a thing, and Saved by the Bell was the only live action. So I kind of grew up with watching Zach and Kelly and Slater and Jesse and Screech and Lisa and really falling in love with their diversity and just their friend group for sure. My favorite character wavers, I think depending on the episodes, but I tend to lean a little bit closer to Slater just because he was the athlete ballerina type of guy, and I was that as well in high school. How about you, Bell?
Yeah, I think I got to go Slater too. He accomplished so much. He was an athlete, but he was a dancer, and the style, all of it. I mean, he just killed it. It was super cool meeting the original cast. Elizabeth was actually in the room for a couple of my auditions, and so it was so wonderful to get to meet her before I had even booked the role and work with her. And then once I had, she really, took me under her wing. I had just moved to Los Angeles, so she helped me get acquainted with the business and television, and gave me a lot of tips. And she's been just so fantastic. Mario, just the same. They really did a phenomenal job of helping us get acquainted with Bayside and telling us what it used to be like. And they've just been spectacular.
And I mean, likewise, like growing up and being a fan of the original, you feel like there's that kind of pressure and understanding of stepping into something that is a reboot that was so popular. But Mario and Elizabeth and Mark Paul and Tiffany and Mark could not have been more welcoming and understanding of like what we're going through now, and also providing advice and comfort and support, and just understanding that like a kind of a mentorship role of really guiding us in the right direction to make the show a success.
Oh, there's so many. We did a couple flashback scenes where Mac Morris and Jamie are. It's a flashback from like freshman year, and Mitchell has all these pimples and a middle part, and I have these big dorky braces. And we had so much fun in character that day. There was one point where I laughed so hard I blew the braces out of my mouth, and it was a disaster. It was so much fun.
I love that. Yeah, my favorite scene was for sure when we were all on the Max for the first time. All six of us sitting at the dining room table and like just have sitting at the diner table. I mean, not dining room, but like having the opportunity to just really look around the room and soak it in and be like, okay, this is what I grew up watching on television, and now I'm having the opportunity to sit here with like five people who I love and who I get the opportunity to create with. It was really special. I don't being a fan of the original show, I don't think that the original show could work in 2020. I think that the way life is and the way that with social media and with people finding their own individual independence, Bayside would have been very different then. And I think that the show is having the opportunity to show what it's like now. And also that, there is racial stigmatisms that happen based on where you look or where you come from. And Saved by the Bell has always been pushing the needle on issues and topics that need to be talked about. And I hope that people don't feel like we run away from that and that we actually dive into that on a deeper level.